Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Power Up 365. How are you guys doing this morning? It is Monday. It is the greatest day of the week. Although in South Africa it is a holiday, are you powered up? Are you ready to go? You know what? This morning I woke up and my son wanted to go play squash. We played a bit of squash and they actually went then to a movie. But yesterday I was watching a YouTube and it was just something that was said that has just disturbed me, that it makes so much sense, is to be ethical. To be ethical to your word. To be ethical. So are you an ethical person? Then the question must be, are you ethical to your word? The power of your word, the power of what you say, the intentions. When you say something, you actually do it. The power of your word. Are you ethical enough that you do what you say you're going to do? So I said I was going to go to gym and start working out and do what I need to do. You give a commitment to a client, you say, I'm going to do that. And you say, maybe tomorrow's another day. That is bullshit. That means you are not ethical to your word. And when you start living a life of discipline, when your word means something, when you say you're going to help your wife around the house and you don't do it, then you don't do it. That means your word means shit. That means the world will take you as a joke. That means you have no discipline. That means you're never going to get to where you need to get to. Not because the world's unfair, not because you don't have the ability, because your word means shit. So when you say something to the world, when you send it out to the universe, when you make a commitment to your son, when you make a commitment to the world, when you make a commitment to your wife, to your husband, when you make sure that your word means something. You know, I was watching this and they were saying, how do you get people to lose 200 pounds? And this coach was saying that, you know what I do? I go to the foundation of being ethical. Are you ethical to your word? So you want to lose 200 pounds. So what are you willing to do? And then he says, for us to get him on a diet, what to do, the gym and all that takes half a day. It's a 365-day program, but what's most important we push people to do what they say. We push people to be ethical. May your word be ethical. This week, what have you committed to? What have you committed to your life? What have you committed to your family? What have you committed to your career? What have you committed to your studies? How much hours you said you were going to do, what you're going to do? We cannot be calling ourselves ethical. We cannot be calling ourselves that we have discipline if what we say means shit. We got to step up in our word. The words we speak must be powerful. You must earn the respect. When they say that man there is an ethical man, he's a man of disciplines, of values, he does what he says. Now, sometimes people are crippled and they hide behind the fact that sometimes you say you're going to do something in business and the business does not work out. And that does happen. It's happened to me, it's happened to you, it will happen to many people. But the question is, on the road, did you do what you said you were going to do? And can you stand back and say, I did everything that I said I was going to do, but circumstances beyond my control made this event not happen. Not circumstances in my control. As soon as circumstances in my control did not take place, that means you have no ethics. You are not ethical because you said you were going to do something and you didn't do it. That means your word means nothing. Guys, if you want to have an outstanding week, if you want to be successful in life, you've got to start coming to a place where your word means something. Your word means something. When people look at you and they say that man is what he says he does, his word means something. He's an ethical man. When he says he's going to do something, he does it. And we're all guilty of not doing it. But now we got to up our game. All of us got to up our game. Be careful of saying something to the universe, saying something to someone, saying something to your wife, to your husband, to your children, knowing that you're not going to do it. Rather say you're not going to do it, because then your word has meaning. But if you just give your word away freely and say you were going to do something and you know it's a lie, you'll lose the respect of the world, of the universe, and great things will not happen, because you are not an ethical person. Your word means nothing. Thank you very much, guys. This is John Eliades. Go out there and have an outstanding week. Power up yourself, and I will see you at the top. Cheers.